Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, YouTubers. This is Jerry Diamond with How to Get Out of Babylon. We're starting on a whole new course in my life. In 2001, I don't know what it was Pentecost, sitting in the back pew of a church, and God spoke to me. It might as well have been out loud in the thunder because it was very clear. He said, "You don't fit in here, you never did and you never will." I was sitting back there just looking forward to enjoying really good preaching for the rest of my life. And that was a message, and it was so clear and so forceful that I was just crying. I was upset, I was just feeling sorry for myself. I guess I don't know what it was, but I was like, yeah, okay. So anyway, go toward Bolivar and start a new work. You don't fit in here, you never did, and you never will. You're a square peg in a round hole, a round peg in a square hole, whatever. So that was about 23 years ago now, 22 years ago, whatever. So I'm starting a new work, and I'm basing it on prayer and the scriptures, and it's going to be interesting. I'm very excited. So one thing I'm going to be doing is reading, but let me see where my Bible. Where did my Bible go? The Bible. Not good. Anyway, probably in the bedroom. Should be right here. Why do you make them? Always with me. Okay. Anyway, I'm reading the 1611 version, King James version, and I did some meditation out of that. The other thing is I ordered books. I'm going to read some of them. I'm going to read them, but I'm going to read them out loud. Some books I'm going to read out loud. Books on prayer. Okay, that's where I'm going back to my roots. My roots is early Christian. The first thing I started reading was I read a book called Why Revival Tarries by Leonard Ravenhill. He was a British revivalist that came over to America. And that book moved me, and he mentioned a lot of names in there, so I'd go to the bookstore in 6th Avenue and Peoria Street in Aurora, Colorado, and I'd order the book. I ordered a book on David Brainerd, a book by E.M. Bounds, book on other books by Leonard Ravenhill. I'd have to go walk in there, pull out the order, and they'd fill it out and they'd order it, So that's how I started my library. But one of the books I read was C.T. Studd, cricketer and pioneer, great man of faith that preached in Africa. And another one, Rees Howells Intercessor. Rees Howells had a Bible college in Wales, and the Sunday school teacher that my wife sat under, ex-wife, for many years, Lucy S., was a Welsh lady. And when I first met her, I said, that's a British accent? She was irate. Don't call me British. She was Welsh. Beautiful Welsh accent. Anyway, by that time I'd read a lot of books on prayer, and I'll tell the story some other time. But anyway, my point is, she attended this Bible college, Rees Howells Bible College in Wales. They would pray for something about going on in World War II, and the prayers would be answered in Europe, in the European front, European theater, and in North Africa too. They prayed specifically for very specific things, and their prayers were answered. I'm not going to go into read this book to find out, but amazing stuff. Oh, a woman had this book. Not bad perfume. Interesting. Pleasant, I guess. And George Mueller. He dared to trust God for the needs of countless orphans. He had an orphanage in America, pretty sure. No, I think it had been in Britain, I don't know. Anyway, they would pray for food, and a guy would, they were desperately in need of food, and some guy would knock on the door. Hey, my truck just overturned. I have the 200 loaves of bread. Can you use them? Or here's 100 pounds. They'd pray for 100 pounds of wheat, and they would get it. 100 pounds of flour, or whatever, and they'd get it. And he would not do anything other than pray for answers. So that's one thing where I got to get back onto, because not by power, but by my spirit, saith the Lord, is how things are going to happen. So, got some notes here up on the board. I'm going to get a little bit closer here. If you can bring you up a little bit closer. I've got you on a heater. It's not running. I got a little one there. I got my, you can see I got my poncho on. Okay, so that up. YouTube. You see that at the top? You gotta be able to turn around, spin, 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 spin. Without knocking anything down. Isn't it? YouTube. This don't work without you people. That's why I'm on here. To help people. Help people. Okay, so I have themes, subjects, channels. I'd like to have new channels on at least one of these, two of them really. I have another channel called Flat Earth Homeland. I don't do anything with it. I stopped loading up to it many years ago. 2016 or so. Anyway, the well where we drew water. And did that ring a bell for anybody? A friend is homesteading on 5 acres, and there's a well there, a hand-dug well, about, if I'm recalling, about 25 feet deep, maybe 30 feet deep. Has about 12 to 15 feet of water, depth of water in it. So I haven't figured the volume of that yet. I got to do that still. So she wants to get livable by December. So this is a under the gun type of situation. So time frame. And the thing about that is, it goes back 22 years or so when we first moved here. We were living in the house right down the hill here. I stood out front of the house and I said to my son, well, I'd already written my book, and I said things in my book that are still coming true, but I just want to say this, that standing there in front of the house one day, I said to my son that